free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the river to the sea!
Palestine will be free!
From the sea to the river! From the sea to the river! In our thousands, in our millions! In our thousands, in our millions!
We are all Palestinians!
We are all!
Palestinians!
We are all!
Palestinians!
We are all!
Palestinians!
We are all!
Palestinians!
Free, free!
Palestine!
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 لبيك يا أقصى 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 Free, free Palestine! 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 Free, free From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea!
Palestine
Will be free! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Occupation no more!
Up, girls, higher, higher! I can't hear you! 1, 2, 3, I can't hear you!
Occupation no more!
5, 6, 7, 8!
Israel is a
Terrorist state! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no war! 5, 6, 7, 8! It's a terrorist state! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Takbir! Allahu Akbar! Takbir! Allahu Akbar!
لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله!
والشاهد حبيب الله
والشاهد حبيب الله!
لا إله إلا الله
لا إله إلا الله!
والشاهد حبيب الله
والشاهد حبيب الله!
بسم الله الله أكبر
يا الله بسم الله الله أكبر! Palestine! 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 We want peace!
We don't want war.
We
want peace.
We want peace!
We don't want war.
We don't want war!
We want peace.
We want peace!
We don't want war.
We don't want war!
How can I find the master?
Palestine!
Palestine microphone. Yes,
Palestine! Palestine! Palestine!
Go to Facebook.
Palestine! We want peace!
We want peace.
Say we don't want war!
We don't want war!
We want peace!
We want peace!
Say we don't want war!
We don't want war!
Say let them be!
Let them
What
be!
you say?
Let them be!
Let them be!
We want peace!
We want
I
peace!
say we don't want war!
We don't want war!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
I can't hear you! Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Takbir! Takbir!
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
We want peace!
We want peace!
Say we don't want war!
We want war!
Say we want peace!
We still want to live!
We don't want war!
Wait!
Allahu Akbar!
We need to make sure that the representative of the apartheid, murderous Israeli regime behind us, that their appeasers and supporters in Downing Street with their big Israeli flag can hear us, that they can hear London supports Palestine! So let me hear you as loud as you can. If you don't lose your voice, you're doing something wrong. Free Put your placards and your flags and your fists in the sky and let me hear you say, from the river to the sea. 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 Make some noise.
In our thousands, in our millions. 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 And in our millions, in our billions.
We are all Palestinians.
Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. From the river to the sea. 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 And brick by brick, wall by wall, Israeli apartheid has to fall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. 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 Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. And in our thousands, in our millions. 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 In our millions, in our billions. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick, wall by wall. Brick by brick. Free, free. From the river to the sea. 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 Okay, stay with me for a new one. We want justice. We want action. We want boycotts. We want sanctions. Justice. We want action. We want justice. We want action. We want boycotts. We want sanctions. We want justice. We want action. We want boycotts. We want sanctions. We want justice. We want action. We want boycotts. We want sanctions. We want justice. We want action. We want boycotts. We want sanctions. We want justice. We want action. We want boycotts. We want sanctions. Free, free. Palestine. Free, free. Free, free. Palestine. Free, free. Palestine.
Make some noise. Let me hear you say, free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. In our thousands, in our millions. 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Long live Palestine! Long live Gaza! Long live Palestine! 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 Make some noise!
All right, good evening, London! Thank you so much for being here with us today as we come together to reaffirm our demand for an end to Israeli apartheid and an end to British complicity. Over the next few weeks, as this situation inevitably escalates, a coalition of anti-racist and anti-war groups in Britain will be leading public demonstrations of solidarity with the people of Palestine. We do this from a dedication to the application of international law, to the basic principles of human rights and human dignity. We do so from a sincere wish to see an end to all violence, especially that which targets civilians, while recognizing that this cannot be achieved and this will not be achieved unless the root causes of that violence, the 75 years of ongoing Nakba against the Palestinian people, are adequately addressed. We do so from a foundation of our enduring commitment to creating a world in which every single Palestinian can live freely, can live peacefully, and can return to their home. Our absolute commitment to those principles of anti-racism and anti-militarism are also the principles that lead us to stress with the utmost importance that our grievance is with the actions of the Israeli state and those governments that are complicit with its crimes. We condemn wholeheartedly any attempt to victimize communities in Britain in this context. Increasing violence in Palestine and Israel should never be an excuse for intimidation or violence in Britain. We march in London and across the world because the colonisation against which the Palestinian people struggle is not some distant event. For over a century, the denial of Palestinian rights has been planned and supported right here in London and in other Western capitals. The heart of the Palestinian struggle has always been the right to return to the land and the homes which were stolen from them. In every generation, the Palestinians, as one people across their historic land and their diaspora, assert that crucial right. There is no Western weapon, there is no apartheid law, and there is no border wall that can make the Palestinian people and their friends forget those inalienable rights to self-determination, liberation, and return. We know that solidarity is the most beautiful force in the world. And with our solidarity, united in our principles, we will support the Palestinian people in building a just peace in their liberated homeland. In our thousands, in our millions! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! Our first speaker tonight is spokesperson for the Palestinian Forum of Britain. Please give the warmest welcome to Faris Tamimi.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. On behalf of the Palestinian Forum in Britain, I extend my profound gratitude to all of you who stand unwavering in solidarity with our brothers and sisters in Gaza and in Palestine. Your commitment to justice, human rights, and the rejection of the oppressive Zionist occupation of our homeland inspires us every day. We also appreciate your rejection of the policies of the British government that seek to condone Zionist occupation. For years, this government stays silent on the continuous oppression of the Palestinians. The apartheid state launched multiple attacks on the vicinity of Gaza, killing thousands, and there was not a single condemnation. Last night, they ordered every government building to hold out Israeli flags, the flags of the apartheid state. Over this past weekend, Palestinians have been asked to condemn this, condemn that. So we will condemn. We condemn the 16-year-long crippling siege of Gaza. We condemn the 56-year-long illegal occupation of the Palestinian territories. And we condemn the ongoing 75-year-long Nakba, which left 700,000 Palestinians without a home or a homeland. And finally, we condemn the British government's refusal to take responsibility for their role in the ongoing ethnic cleansing of the Palestinian people. In the coming days, we will see massive and tragic loss of life, and Zionism is solely responsible. The apartheid state will indiscriminately kill Palestinians by the thousands as they have done time and time again. They have already begun a complete siege on Gaza, cutting off its water supply, electricity supply, and food and other basic necessities. We must stop this vicious cycle. But in order to stop it, we must solve the root cause. And the root cause of what's going on right now is the brutal and illegal occupation. If the British government are honest about wanting peace in the region, we need more than calls for ceasefire or calls for peace talks. We need pressure on the apartheid state to change its racist policies, to end the siege of Gaza and to end the occupation. When world leaders take the plight of the Palestinians seriously, then we can start to hope for peace. But until then, the apartheid state will continue the provocations, they'll continue the imprisonments, they'll continue the demolitions, they'll continue the killings, and the Palestinians will continue to enact their God-given right to resist oppression and occupation by any means necessary. The road has been long and difficult, and things still might get worse. But as history has shown time and time again, justice will prevail. We will not falter. We will continue to struggle, and inshallah, Palestine will be free.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Let's hear it from London. It's just gone past 6 when we're supposed to begin, and the streets of London have already been taken for Palestine. I want to thank every single one of you who came to show their solidarity with the Palestinian people today. Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free!
Fatah. Free, free. Free, free. Free, free. Comrades and friends, Netanyahu announced that Israel is declaring a war on Gaza. The reality is Israel has been waging war against the Palestinians for the past 75 years. In 1947-48, over 531 Palestinian villages were ethnically cleansed. There are 7 million Palestinian refugees today, and that war continued in 1956 as well, with the occupation of Masjid al-Aqsa, West Bank and Gaza itself. Gaza has been put under siege for the past 16 years, where every aspect of human life is being dictated upon by the Israelis. They're controlling even how much nutrition enters Gaza. And this war that started in 75 years ago is now being made worse by Netanyahu. We have had the defense minister just announced that Israel is going to stop food, electricity and water to the Palestinians in Gaza. He has referred to the Palestinians as animals. This despicable statement, I regret to say, is being supported by our British government. The anti-Palestinian racist stand that is being supported by the British government will be remembered in history. And the British government needs to be aware from its own history that when you occupy and colonize a people, it doesn't matter how much power you exercise against them. It doesn't matter how much torture you carry out. Eventually, those people will see freedom. Palestinians will be free. The British government is in the wrong side of history, as it was when it carried out imperialism and colonialism. It is a shame that it is supporting an Israel apartheid colonialist state. We, the British people, condemn our government, and we will not be silenced for talking for justice, for peace. We demand our freedom of speech in this country, so we can say Israel is wrong, Israel is racist, Israel is in flagrant of international law and UN resolutions. We will not stop until Palestine is free. I ask each and every one of us here to go back to our homes, educate our people, and change our government until we have political representatives who will call for justice, peace, and make sure Palestine is free. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Thank you very much, my brothers and sisters.
Make some noise for Ismail Patel.
Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine! Free, free! Palestine!
Now, while our government supports the murderous regime of Benjamin Netanyahu and the apartheid policies and the ethnic cleansing and the occupation, and they have their massive Israeli flag projected on Downing Street, we know that we are not in a minority. We know that there are protests happening all over the world in support of Palestine. My friend just messaged me with a video of hundreds on the streets of Athens in Greece. We've seen the huge numbers in Yemen, in Libya, in Jordan, across Europe, in the United States, all over the world. So when we say that in our thousands and our millions, we are Palestinians, that is not an idle chant, that is a reality. So let me hear you say it like it is a reality. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. In our thousands and our millions, we are all Palestinians. Now I'm very proud to introduce our next speaker, who's from the Stop the War Coalition, who has always stood by the people of Palestine, who has made sure that Palestine is at the heart of the anti-war movement and that this government is challenged for its actions. Please make some noise for Lindsay Jerman, the convener of Stop the War.
Thank you very much, Shabir, and it's great to see so many people
here tonight. Because we have been told by the Daily Mail, we've been told by the Evening Standard, we've been told by the Telegraph, and we've been told by government ministers we shouldn't be demonstrating here tonight. That it's disrespectful to demonstrate here tonight. And I would just like to say we have to demonstrate here tonight, and we have to do it again on Saturday. Because we have to tell the truth about what is happening in Palestine. And you know what has been going on in the last few days? The scenes from Israel are terrible scenes. People killed, and people injured, and people taken hostage, and people driven from their homes. But war is terrible, and the people who suffer in wars are the civilians who are suffering, who are maybe totally innocent of anything at all. But the real people who we should blame over this are the people who continue to allow this situation to arise. They continue to allow this war against the Palestinians in Gaza and in the West Bank. They continue to justify, the so-called international community, justify what Israel is doing time after time and turn a blind eye to the number of people who have been killed, the Palestinians who have been killed in the West Bank. The way in which the Al-Aqsa Mosque has been treated over the last few months. The conditions in which the settlers in the West Bank and in Gaza are attacking Palestinian people, taking their homes, taking their land, doing all of those kind of things. And therefore what we're here to say tonight is this conflict does not come from nowhere. It's not an irrational conflict. It's not two sides both as bad as each other. It's not Israel defending itself. Israel is far, far superior in terms of military might, paid for by the United States. And it is there. What it is defending is its right to continue to oppress the Palestinians in the way that it has been doing. And therefore we need to look at history. We need to look at what's been happening in Al-Aqsa. We need to look at what Donald Trump did with the Abraham Accords and with moving the US Embassy to Jerusalem and giving the green light to the illegal right-wing settlers to do what they are doing. We need to look at this is the most right-wing government that has existed in Israel, and it's been facilitated, it's been allowed by the so-called international community. We need to look at the occupation of the West Bank and Gaza. We need to look at the Nakba itself in 1948, which drove so many Palestinians from their land. And when people say, why don't the Palestinians protest peacefully? What the hell do people think they've been doing for 75 years? They've protested peacefully time and time again. They've protested peacefully. People will remember, only a little while ago, the marches for the right of return. They marched to the border, and what were they met with? By Israeli bullets. That's what they were met with. So that is the situation that we are in. And we know that Gaza is a prison for 2.2 million people. We know the situation in the West Bank is getting worse, and we have to stand in solidarity with all of those people. We need peace in Palestine. We need peace in the Middle East, but it has to be peace with justice. It has to be peace with equality. And so I'm here tonight to bring solidarity to the people here, but more importantly to the people of Palestine, solidarity to all of them. But this solidarity is not going to be achieved by our rotten government, which supports everything that Netanyahu is doing. And has its own record of colonialism and empire going back for centuries, so it has no right to really lecture any of us about what it has done and what it is doing. There has to be peace and solidarity built from below. You know, for many, many hundreds of years, Jews and Muslims and Christians lived more or less in peace for most of the time in the Middle East. That can be a situation that we can come to again, because none of those people are our enemy. The enemy are the people who are trying to destroy the right of the Palestinians. So we can't rely on the Arab states to do it for us. And I would just say one word: if we care about what is happening to the people in Gaza today, Egypt could open the Rafah crossing now and free the people. And they won't do it. They won't do it. And I'd also just like to say one word going on there. I think some of these left Labour MPs need to grow a backbone and understand we have to stand up for the right of Palestinians. So, thanks for coming tonight. Please be here again at Oxford Circus on Saturday, where we're going to demonstrate, I'm sure, in huge numbers. And let's make sure we send from London, loud and clear, solidarity with the people of Palestine.
He is a Palestinian organizer and artist, and today is here speaking on behalf of the Palestine Solidarity Campaign. Please make some noise for Samir Iskander!
Israel's relentless bombardment of the besieged Gaza Strip has killed hundreds since Saturday. Entire families, including dozens of children, have been murdered, with the active complicity of Western governments, including Britain. The weaponry of the fifth largest military in the world rains down sheer terror on over 2 million Palestinians in Gaza. Israel is readying yet more weaponry for a weeks-long brutal assault, including a possible ground invasion. The Israeli Defense Minister today announced he had, quote, ordered a complete siege on the Gaza Strip. There will be no electricity, no food, no fuel. Everything is closed, he said. We are fighting human animals, and we act accordingly, he said. End quote. This should be urgently investigated as a possible act of genocide, as defined by international law. Gaza's residents have nowhere to hide, nowhere to be safe. They are imprisoned under an illegal 16-year-long land, air and sea blockade, which hampers the necessities of life, like basic medical care and sanitation. They have witnessed and experienced numerous brutal Israeli bombardments over recent years. Political leaders in Britain are describing what happened on Saturday as unprovoked, as coming from nowhere. But we know it can only be understood in the context of Israel's ongoing, decades-long military occupation and colonization of Palestinian land, and its imposition of a system of oppression that meets the legal definition of the crime against humanity of apartheid. It can only be understood in the context of Israel's 75 years of colonial violence against Palestinians. 75 years of land theft, massacres, ethnic cleansing, dispossession, occupation, imprisonment, and the denial of basic rights. Political leaders and aides of violence against Palestinians by Israel's system of colonial oppression. For them, the suffering of Palestinians under decades of oppression should be unseen and unmentioned. But it is Israel's system of oppression that is the root cause of the violence, and it is this system that Palestinians are struggling to dismantle. Despite Israel's decades-long apartheid and occupation, Palestinians, despite the inhumane violence we have faced, remain defiant and steadfast in the struggle for freedom, justice, and equality. Here in Britain, we have a profound moral and ethical duty to stand in solidarity with this struggle. Palestinians are clear on what people in Britain can do to stand in meaningful solidarity. End the complicity of your government, corporations, and institutions. We must demand the British government stop arming Israel and instead Implement an immediate military embargo to cut off the supply of weapons to the apartheid regime. We must escalate BDS campaigns against corporations and financial institutions that prop up and support Israel's regime of oppression, like Barclays Bank, with branches on almost every British high street, who invest over £1 billion in companies supplying weapons and military technology to Israel. Or like Puma, who sponsor the Israel Football Association, lending legitimacy and support for Israel's colonization of Palestinian lands. We know we have a long way to go to end Britain's deep complicity in Israeli apartheid. Protests like this are a start, and they're a damn good start. But they're not enough. Join PFC. Get involved in your local branch, mobilize and join BDS campaigns. We need to work together on strategic, principled and sustained campaigning. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free!
Make some noise! Let me hear you say free, free! 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 I'm proud to introduce our next speaker. She represents an organization that is part of the coalition that has organized today's protest and has organized the many protests in support for Palestine. Please make some noise for Kay Hudson, General Secretary of the campaign for Nuclear Settlement.
Thanks, Shapir. We need peace in the Middle East. And yes, we need the international community to recognise that these terrible events didn't start on Saturday. And they must recognise that ending the occupation is the only way to achieve a just and lasting peace. They must step up and ensure that that takes place. But the international community is absolutely failing to do that. Today, the European Commissioner, Oliver Varhelyi, tweeted the news that the EU is pulling the plug on its funding of Palestine. It's the biggest donor to the Palestinian people, worth a total of 691 million euros a year. And now all those payments are immediately suspended. And this is nothing short of a savage attack on the daily lives of the Palestinian people, already living in dire conditions. And we know that Gaza is nothing short of the world's largest open-air prison, a tiny piece of land under heavy blockade. And we know that over 2 million people live there, in one of the most densely populated places on earth. Daily, their basic human rights, the rights of families, of children, of old people, they are violated as essential goods and materials are excluded. According to the UN, more than half of the people live in poverty and nearly 80% of the youth are unemployed. The ending of EU funding will just be a humanitarian disaster. The people will be driven to the brink of starvation, to medical crisis. There will be no support for farmers, for education. This is truly a death sentence. And this is on top of the everyday situation where the Israeli state systematically engages in acts of violence. More than 5,000 Palestinian prisoners are held in Israeli detention, many of them in permanent administrative incarceration, including children. Aerial assaults on the Gaza Strip continue. Daily fatalities occur in the West Bank. And illegal Israeli settlements continue to expand on the West Bank and East Jerusalem. And all this takes place while much of the so-called international community looks on or ignores the plight of millions of people. The international community is ignoring 75 years of history, ignoring the lived experience of the Palestinians, ignoring the human rights violations. Indeed, they have forsaken the Palestinian people, and this cannot continue. We need a solution adhering to international law to end the occupation and blockade of Gaza and implement all those UN resolutions designed to resolve this historic injustice. The international community must force Israel's compliance and ensure Palestine's sovereignty and independence. It's time for peace in the Middle East, a just peace, a lasting peace, with an independent and sovereign Palestine at its heart. Long live Palestine! Long live Gaza!
Make some noise for Kate! It is so important that we have had the representatives of all of these organizations speaking here today, because they are the ones who have kept the Palestinian cause alive in this country, that has taken it from strength to strength, and is why we have such a strong Palestine solidarity movement here in the UK. As others have said, we're having a national demonstration on Saturday, assembling outside the BBC so that they cannot ignore us. They cannot pretend that there is more support for Israel. So if you're going to be out on the streets on Saturday, make some noise! That's right, because we're going to keep mobilizing, we're going to keep organizing, we're going to win more and more people, and we're going to show this government that we are a threat, that we represent the public opinion of this country and we support Palestine. We will not let them continue what they're doing in Palestine without a fight. So let me hear you say, as loud as you possibly can, free, free! Palestine! 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 In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! In our thousands, in our millions! We are all Palestinians! Make some noise for yourselves! Now I'm going to try one thing. This might completely backfire, but bear with me. I want us to chant free, free Palestine, but I want us to start like you're chatting to your mate next to you. And with each one, let's get louder until we build the kind of roar that they can hear in Downing Street, that they can never ignore, that they can hear in Palestine, and know that we stand with them. So let us start like you're chatting to your neighbor. Free, free Palestine. Free, free. 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 Make some noise to you on Saturday, solidarity.
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free!
something. When I say something, you say shut it down. The occupation, shut it down. The border walls, shut it down. The siege of Gaza, shut it down. The whole damn system, shut it down. We want boycott. We want boycott. We want sanctions. We want sanctions. We want justice. We want justice. We want action. We want action. We want boycotts. We want boycott. We want sanctions. We want sanctions. We want justice. We want justice. We want action. We want action. We want boycott. We want boycott. We want sanctions. Free, free! 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 From the river to the sea! 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 In our thousands, in our millions! 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 Free, free! Free, free! Brick by brick, wall by wall! 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 And 1, 2, 3, 4! 5, 6, 7, 8! And 1, 2, 3, 4! 5, 6, 7, 8! 1, 2, 3, 4! 5, 6, 7, 8! 1, 2, 3, 4! 5, 6, 7, 8! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Free, free! Free, free!
Free, free!
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Brick by brick, wall by wall! Brick by brick, wall by wall! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Listen, man! Thank you all so much for being here today. We will be back on Saturday, assembling at midday at the BBC Portland Place.
உடனுக்குடன் செய்திகளை பெற்றுக்கொள்ள UTVயின் யூடியூப் தளத்தை சப்ஸ்கிரைப் செய்து கொள்வதுடன் பெல் ஐகானை அழுத்தவும்.